show off kind of how I would use the sims for like making lineups. So let me clear everything out here. Just make sure the stream is live. Okay. All right. So basically what I would do, download the round 1 ADP. I just updated it today, did some drafts to hop in and see like kind of what ADP was looking like. So I just did it, calculated standard deviation. So we'll just plug that in. And I also want to check out how big the size of the contest is so we can build the right amount of lineups. Divided by 6, 1128. So we'll do 1128 sims. Should take about 2 minutes. Maybe quicker because it's only 4 teams. And then for golf, we're going to do 1.00 stacking bonus. No, easy. I have not tried simming these nuts yet. I'm sure you could help me out, though. I need to get a second monitor so I can see the chat while this is pretty brutal. So yeah, I did a couple drafts today, and Benny was 4th overall in the underdog projection, but he was getting drafted like 15, 20. So, all right, so I'll upload the draft results, and I already created a file with my projections. Just have to see where it is. There we go. And we'll start with 5,000 sims. So let's kind of look at so there's only 30 golfers in the field, so it's going to be a little bit weird. I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to think about scrolling. Probably never going to get to Pavon, but I'm sure like Straka, Thagala, Bradley, probably Bradley's going to be super common to see in the best lineups. So yeah, like I said, it takes about probably like 5 minutes to run it. And by the way, if I didn't mention this, so this is a contest sim for Underdog Daily Games. Currently, there's a 14-day free trial, and I didn't take out the promo code. That's a $1 for the first week, so you can get 3 weeks for $1 or the first 2 weeks for free. So use promo code LAUNCH and sign up. And 70% Bradley, yeah, it's kind of what it's looking like based on like the projections that I was looking at. It looks like it's going to love Bradley. He was getting drafted pretty frequently, though, at least when I entered drafts tonight. So might be like a 5th rounder. Let's see what I have his. All right, so now this is finished. We're just going to do the analysis. Should take about 10 minutes here. So I'm just going to open our draft results too. So we're working on a analysis sheet. It's posted on the Streamlit, but it's not finished yet. It just has one more thing we have to add. So probably this week it should be up there. But it's just going to make this, you're just going to have to plug in just basically this, and then it should auto-populate pretty much everything else. So we're just going to add draft slot, just so we can analyze from which position where we should be drafting people. I'll just put this in all the way down. Cool. Create a filter for that. And we'll start with the 101. So I'll create a new sheet here. Name it 101. That's not 101. Just gonna hide that. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to our ADP sheet. And just copy the entire player list, all 30 players, into the A1 column. Okay, and then we'll sort by the highest average payout. So I just gotta copy this. Just make sure this is values only. Okay, that should work a little bit better. And then we'll sort by average payout. And I'm just going to copy all these. These are all the 101 teams, all the way from top, highest ROI, which is about $12, and then down to like $2. Those are not the teams that we want. Okay, so I'll paste those all into O2. Takes a second to paste in. I just got to keep checking to make sure no one's in the chat. Okay. So the way I'm going to analyze this here, since it's not the biggest field, I'm going to do top 5, and then the percent in top 5, top 25, and then top 50. So once we do the first one, it kind of speeds up because we just copy and paste it. So you're going to do the whole range here. Count if it's Scotty Scheffler. And it's basically just going to calculate how many times Scotty Scheffler appears in the top 10. Okay, so he appears all 10 times. Or sorry, we should do top 5, like I said. So top 5. Make sure you do the dollar signs here so it doesn't change the range when you copy it down. And then we'll do percent. So equals B2 divided by 5. And we'll make this column percent. So basically draft 100% Scotty Scheffler, and then you'll win all the money. And top 25, it's the same thing here. We're just going to change the 6 here to a 26. Import it all the way down. And then same thing for top 50. It's just we put 51 instead of 50, just because the first column is just the names. And then these are the percents again. Equals D2 divided by 25. And then F2 divided by 50. And we'll make those both percentage columns. I'm sorry if my Excel skills, if any accountants are in the chat, my Excel skills are not that good. So let me see if anyone's making fun of me in the chat. Nope, not yet. All right, so that's the 101 is done with analyzing. We'll kind of do the whole thing again at the end just to get like a combination of like from each pick what we want to do. So this is the easy part. Just copy and paste this. And then this is the 102. So we're going to come back here. We're going to change the filter to number 2. Sort by average payout. And the same thing. And this will populate here. So the problem is I didn't paste it in the right spot. Actually, let me pull up the chat on my phone just so it's easier instead of going back and forth. Okay. GM Noah, GM. So again, the 102, this is kind of just, so it's still saying get Scotty Scheffler when he falls. Makes sense. And we'll do the same thing for the 103. So yeah, so the way I did JHabs, the way I did ADP was I hopped in 10 drafts and I just wrote down like where everyone was drafted and then used like the Excel function to calculate standard deviation and like the average draft position. And that's kind of what it looked like. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's a little wacky just because like the underdog ranks aren't really how people are drafting. So like we have Benny, who's like 6th in underdog, but his ADP is 11 and he has a huge standard deviation because like the fish are taking him pretty early because he's high, but everyone kind of knows what they're doing, just lets him fall. So it's a little bit scientific. The sample size is kind of small, but that's what we're working with here. I'll kind of update it as we go and see how it's doing. So where was I? So we're going to sort here. So we already sorted. Yeah, it's a little different in no ADP lobbies, but honestly, with golf, what I found is that like even with ADP, it's like not really followed. Like the problem is some players are followed, but some players aren't, you know? So it's a little weird. The issue is I forgot to change this. Okay. And then we'll sort by average payout for the 3rd overall pick. And yeah, it's basically saying when Scotty falls, you should keep drafting him. Let it load in. Oh, don't crash on me. That's so unfortunate. Okay, we're back. Okay. Okay. So then we'll go to number 4. Copy and paste this all in. Then the 105. So I don't think, I think I must have put the ADP in wrong, because there's no way Scotty Scheffler should be drafted the 5th pick. Let me just check that. So I'm just going to decrease the digits here. Sorry about that. So let's run this again. So let me just refresh. Yeah, so we'll look at the draft results this time before we start analyzing, just to make sure it's right. And like I said, it takes a couple of minutes. Also, if you, I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the top right, it says running. That's just so you know, it's like it's not frozen. It's still cooking. Okay. So let's take a look here and make sure this is good. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working for Scotty, it looks like. Looks like it is working, but it's just, it shouldn't be that variable. Oh, there we go. As long as Scotty and Xander are 101 and 102, it's pretty much what you need. Yeah, so okay, I see the problem. The problem is we have a couple guys whose standard deviation is so high that they're going 101 and kind of messing it up. So I'm just going to lower that a little bit, kind of I'll fix this in the Streamlit after too. Xander 101, I don't know. Just drop this down. Just gonna lower this a little bit. Okay. Did you use my tool, JHabs, to run the Sims? Like I said, it'll take about a couple minutes to run. But yeah, all this analysis will be so much easier once this analysis template is done. So it's like 99% of the way done. I'll kind of show you guys what you'll get if you download it. So there's instructions here. I'll make a video on how to use it. But basically, it's kind of what I'm doing by hand. You just paste all your players in here, all the teams in here, the team, the average payout, the player list, and then it just analyzes everything for you. You get like over here, you can filter it. Just makes everything a lot easier than submitting everything yourself. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, J-Habs. Did you finish your 150 set? I am curious how filled these NFL contests are. That's not filling. Sprint might fill. Only 10,000 more. All right, let's take a look at this. This should be better. It just had the standard deviation too high. Do you make your own projections, J-Habs? Yeah, it's much better. Okay, there we go. So and gonna draft a little. That makes me think you're a hand builder. That's kind of wild for golf. All right. And yeah, let's take a couple minutes. So while it loads, we'll hand build one. Why not? Okay, let me enter for my phone. I'll keep an eye on the project. Oh, ship it. Really? Okay. I've never used ship it. That's dope. I tweak nothing. I will know where I just whatever the numbers say. I trust the numbers to a fault. Yeah, I'm not sure where these underdog projections are from though. It always throws me off when they're so off for like a non-ADP slate. Obviously Xander, the 102. Let's see how well I can remember the projections for the 10 drafts I hand built, because I already took them out. Okay, that's not a bad. I never do that. I just kind of. That's probably sharp, to be honest. Waiting for the crazy lobbies. So I think the projections liked Morikawa. Take him. All right, let me just queue up a few people, and then because the draft is finished. Not Benny. We'll scroll down a little bit. I don't even know how do you. Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. Download this and build some ranks. And yeah, like I said, if you're just joining the stream, I think the link is in the description. It is. So yeah, there's a free trial of 14 days. And also if you use code LAUNCH, you get the first week free, or first week for $1 as well. So that's 3 weeks for $1. First 2 weeks are free. And like I said, we're working on a way to make this a little bit easier so it's more automated. So the issue was that I put 6 last time. It's 4. All right, that was the issue. My bad for wasting everyone's time. All right, we're good now. So we'll start with the 101. So the thing is, like this, when I did my analysis for DraftKings stuff, it was a little bit different than this because like you'll get some crazy lineups that are like really, really high expected value. But with underdog, it's more like spread out. So like you'll have like a shit ton of lineups that are let me just do this first. A shit ton of lineups that are like negative EV and then like a ton of that are positive EV, but none are like super high. Like none are like really more than like 150% that I've seen. Maybe we'll get some in baseball when I start doing that more. I'm kind of focused on football now, but baseball is kind of in the works. Paste that there. $5 a.m. before you go to work. Yeah, that makes sense because the people drafting then probably don't know what they're doing. Okay. So then we're going to do what we do last time, top 10 and then percent, top 25%, top 50, and the percent. All right. So we're going to do count if these cells contain Scotty Scheffler. And that's all of them, so they're all going to contain him. And then we're going to change this P1. V11. Make sure we have the dollar signs. Equals B2 divided by 10. I think we did 5 last time, but we're riding with 10 now. I'm already committed to it. $26 and $51. All right. Now we'll do D2 divided by 25. So it's basically telling us always take Scotty 101. I'm curious what your projections are for Scotty and Xander. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm assuming Xander's probably projected more, but So that's the 101. And like I said before, once you do the 1, you kind of just copy and paste it and it goes quicker. I don't know why I wrote 104. That's the 101. Take the best players. That is one of the sharpest things to do. That's what we're trying to figure out with the tool. But yes, drafting the best players typically performs over expected. That's probably Chip's burner, to be honest. And yeah, if anyone has any questions about how to use the tool, definitely post. Happy to answer anything. Yeah, so this is saying this is fixed now. Okay, good. And I'll show you guys, I didn't show, there's something else that I want to show you guys what I do when I'm analyzing these. So like once you have all these in, like how you get like the overall exposure percentage for each player, or how I would do it, how I do it. It's not the most scientific, but it's been working for me, so. Almost done here with the analysis. And then we'll create some ranks. So yeah, definitely if you guys, I'll show you guys after too. You're gonna try and want to roll the 101 or 102. Otherwise you want to hope Xander falls, because even like these lineups aren't great ROI wise. Okay. So now we'll do the total analysis. So we're gonna have the players here. And then what I like to do, so we do like a total percentage, I guess it would be, from like the top 10, 25, 50. And yes, I know that the top 10 is being counted 3 times, top 25 is counted twice. That's kind of what I want. So like the higher lineups are being weighted more. So the way that I would do this is just take, so equals sum of all the percentages. The issue is that's not a percentage. Equals sum. 50-50 top 101. Yeah, that makes sense. And that would be, if you do have that like pretty much equal, it probably makes sense to just go with Xander as like a leverage play. But I would not have the balls to do that either, so I don't blame you. Okay, so this is kind of the total percentage of how often you want to draft these players from the 101. Yeah, kind of like I said, Justin Thomas pretty high. Yeah, so we'll do more. We'll do this first. I'll copy all this in here. 102. And like I said, we'll have a sheet for all this, so it's just, I would have been done by now. I would have been on my way building lineups, but unfortunately not done yet. We'll just normalize the percent. And we'll do equals average all these numbers here. This is kind of your target percent. So this is how often I want to have these players in my pool based on my projections. We'll sort here and then build our lineups. Actually, let's copy this into the ADP sheet. It's usually easier to do it that way. Just so we have like where they're actually being drafted, so we can know like how we can be overweight with them. They got it. That's what John Boy Beat said. He said he likes that it's kind of hard so that the slappies can't figure it out. All right. So my rank. Scotty 101, Xander 102. Let's actually sort this here. By ADP. Just makes it a bit easier. So we want to be underweight Ludwig and overweight Rory. So that's an easy one. We just go Rory here. They'll do Ludwig 4, underweight Hideki. So yeah, basically because Benny's standard deviation is so big, if I rank him at 15, I'm just going to get a ton of him, and I don't want that. So I'll drop that down manually too. Yeah, so only 11% for Keegan Bradley, 18% for Rye. And Pavone, shockingly, is more than I thought. So we'll sort here. And like I said, we're going to drop down Benny a little bit. So this is kind of a dumb way to do it, but this is how I do it. We'll put him at 19.5. Then we'll sort again. And I don't have the IDs in this one. Let me write that down so I remember to put the IDs in the sheet so you can just upload it straight from here. It makes it so much easier. But yeah, because it's only 24, it's not bad. Okay. And then we'll do the rankings. Nope, not an upload. PGA for today. So Scotty, Xander, Rory, Ludwig. So does anyone have any questions about how I built that? Like obviously that's not the only way to do it. That's kind of how I've been doing it, and I've had pretty good success doing it. There's obviously different ways to do it, probably more scientific ways, but I feel like this is good enough, gets you 99% of the way there. And if anyone wants to steal my ranks, go ahead. Just don't dupe me. Okay, cool. Then we'll hop in 25. Okay, do it for my phone. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to do today, unless you guys want to sit here and wait for these 25 to finish, and then we'll see how I do it to adjust it. But I don't think that's very entertaining. Maybe let's hop in a BBM. Why not? Let me reshare though. All right, let's hop in a BBM while these run. I forget every time. All right, I'm joining in 3, 2, 1. I'm in the lobby. 5 more to join if anyone wants to join the stream draft. It'll be a fun time, I promise. Eliminator picks too. I'll do these later. Got the 107. And thanks to everyone for hopping in here. Glad we got a bunch of people want to watch this. Pretty cool stuff. And yeah, like I said, that tool is available in the description. It's going to be a Theo Johnson team. So true. Always is. Listen, if I can get a tight end who's getting tight end screens in like the second play of the game in preseason games, like, why don't you want that? Why is he in the 18th round? That's gotta be Chip's burner for sure. I've never seen a Johnson team I didn't like, so. I have 5% of Brees, so I would like if he fell here, but I also Justin Jefferson at the 7th overall pick is kind of ridiculous. I'm probably gonna have no Bijan because I'm gonna keep taking Jefferson over him. So we take Jefferson there. We plug it into the easy sheet. GM Lava, GM. I'll keep Theo Johnson on the screen. That's what we need. Telling you guys, when Theo Johnson goes off in week 17, you're gonna wish you listened to me. And then we'll check on our PGA drafts too. Xander, Markow, Burns. That's a pretty good fall for Burns. I thought he was going in the single digits. Not too bad. But yeah, if anyone didn't see me build the PGA ranks and you're in here for that, you can just rewind the stream. It was kind of the first. I would skip over the first 20 minutes because I did something wrong and I messed it up. But after that, it's good. I don't think I'm going to end up maxing BBM. Still got like 75 to go. So Drake London, Devontae Smith. That's a reach. Going for the double Philly stack. I mean, I have no Jonathan Taylor, so we'll take a falling Jonathan Taylor. I have Stone Zero Barkley, and I do not plan to change that. Take Theo sometimes. Slander. Should take him 100% of the time. Never seen a Theo Johnson I didn't like. Look at my, let's see my eliminator exposure. It's going to be a lot of Theo. That's a lot of Theo, 30%. I mean, like, I just don't get it. Theo, Jawan, Tucker, they should all be rising, and they're not. So I just keep picking them. Yeah, so just finishing up 20 eliminator slows. I kind of like where these exposures are. Highest exposed Drake May. Looks really good. I saw the Patriots are doing a press conference tomorrow, hopefully to announce him as a starting quarterback. Obviously, got to have Daniel Jones in there. And then just always late QB. Not really the need to, don't see the need to do elite QB and eliminator. Don't really need that. Ty Chandler, I've been all over him. Jalen Warren, once he started falling because of that hamstring, I just kept clicking him. Zeke, not looking great. Don't really like that. Everything else isn't too bad. But a lot of Bijan, actually. I guess that's just lucky. And Pacheco continues to rise, 29. Take a Wonderlick? I'll do a Wonderlick just for you. Easy. Take TK here. I think that'd be good content. You have to buy it? I'll do it if you buy it for me, easy. All right, let's see. Let's see if our PGA drafts are done yet. All right, they're all done. Don't love the chat. So let's kind of see where we landed with PGA. I'll try to do this while drafting the BBM. It might not go well, though. So yeah, we're going to have to adjust this. Got a lot of Markow, a lot of Pendrith, a lot of Larry. That's not going to be what we want. So I'll work on that next. Yeah, so I'll probably do like the first half of this BBM on stream and then finish it off stream so I can kind of finish, so I can like dive into PGA a little bit. Since I did the work, I might as well use the ranks. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Glad to show off the tool. And like I said, any questions about the sim tool, just either message me on Twitter, message me on Discord, or talk in the chat. No problem answering questions. Me and John Boy have been talking about it a little bit on Discord. He's kind of telling me how he's using it, asking questions, and learning a lot. So, any questions? I don't really love Pittman, but I mean he's falling past ADP. I'll take him. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the stream here. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Have a good night.